What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 106, and we start today's episode off with a game against Crystal Palace here at the Hawthorns in the Premier League, and we're just about to come into November, and this sort of period of the first 2 months of in-game football is when you really start to assess how you've begun the season and how you want to continue. And I have to say, with us top of the table right now, unbeaten so far, I want us to continue for as long as possible. It's been a great start. We've made some very good business in the transfer window. As you can see, the players that came in on free contracts, Sane, Salvio and Xhaka, have all been decent, but the players we picked up permanently, Joe Hart, Jack Wilshere, Andy Carroll, of course, very decent transfers that came in. They've all benefited us really nicely, and as we are now about to enter November, I've been really pleased with what we have done. But we did indeed sell one of our players who, over the past couple of seasons, or well, since the beginning really, has been a bit of a, I don't know how to explain him really, someone we look forward to using, let's just say that, in Victor Anichebe. And he will start against us here in the Crystal Palace game, but in the first minute the first chance fell to us, and I have to say this is a huge mess up, seriously. Had a really good chance with Lacazette, tried to round the goalkeeper, messed it up, took it too far, and then Henderson's shot was simply saved by the goalkeeper and the chance was gone. But as the goalkeeper kicks it out here, Victor Anichebe loses out in the air, and as Niang picks up Lacazette here, Lacazette's onto the ball, turns Boateng, finds Jack Wilshere. Wilshere fake shots around Martin Kelly and shoots. But it's a very good stop by the man in between the sticks for Palace, and it is still scoreless. So a couple of good early chances for us, and really should have taken at least one of them, but still scoreless. But in the 90th minute, Palace are on the ball here again. Boateng crosses the ball in towards Joe Ledley at the far post, and Joe Hart has to make a very good save to turn it behind for a corner. So still 0-0. In the 23rd minute though, Andre Carrillo's on the ball for us down this right hand side, takes on Scott Dan and beats him with a Ronaldo shot. Then a body feint to beat Ezekiel Friars, and the shot goes wide. So the build up was looking very good for us. We were passing the ball around really nicely, but I couldn't put the ball in the back of the net, and of course that is the main thing. But in the 28th minute, again, some lovely build up here, sees Niang come forward, back heels it to Wilshere, who strikes it, and again the shot is off target. So still scoreless as things stand. That was how the first half would finish as well. So in the second half, we tried to get a really bright start here. Jack Wilshere finding Niang on the 50th minute, fake shots around his man, gets himself inside and finds Lacazette, and again another chance is wasted as the shot blazes over the bar and into the stand. So still scoreless. And approaching the hour mark here, Niang gives the ball to Lacazette, who takes on Scott Dan. Tries to get round him, gets blocked off, but the ball falls to Niang. Niang holds it up, gives it to Lacazette, who's one-on-one. This time, are we going to finish? Yes, we are. Lacazette puts it into the bottom corner and makes it 1-0. So it was a really frustrating game, because it's one of those where, you feel like you'd score eventually, but it's just the longer the game draws on and it's still 0-0 and you keep on missing chances, you think to yourself, am I going to pay for this? But thankfully, as Lacazette scored, it looks as though the game would be ours, because other than the one real chance Palace had when Joe Hart tipped the ball wide of the post for a corner, it was quite routine. And in the 83rd minute, a good ball forward searches out Andy Carroll. Carroll takes on Jerome Bingham-Williams, the young defender, beats him with the drag back and shoots, and the shot goes just wide of the post and out for a goal kick. So still 1-0, but the last chance would fall to us in stoppage time. Kevin Tavernier had a corner, crosses the ball in, and Carroll, who just missed a really good chance, gets the goal there. He came off the bench, makes it West Brom 2, Palace 0, and the points are secured. And again, it was a routine game in the sense that we were performing really well. And we felt as though eventually we would score a goal, but the longer the game dragged on, I was sitting there wondering to myself, I don't know why, but I can just see Palace possibly sneaking a goal on the counter when we push too many bodies forward. But after Lacazette scored, the points were secured, and Carroll's goal was the icing on the cake. So 2-0 the final score. Good to keep Anichebe quiet as well. He really didn't do anything in that game. Obviously, for us, he was the super sub, and in this game, I think he actually got subbed off after about 65 minutes. So he had a pretty full game, and again, you got to trust my transfers, guys, as well. I've been looking at the comments over the past couple episodes, because episode 100 just come up for me, and a lot of you guys have been seeing the transfers we've literally just made on YouTube. Obviously, with Anichebe being sold, and Carroll coming in, Joe Hart coming in, and so on and so forth. And so many people have been saying, "Oh my God, Andy Carroll, such a waste of money. Why would you sign Joe Hart to replace Ben Foster? He makes so many mistakes, just like Foster has." why would you sell Anichebe for such a low figure? He was a really good player to bring off the bench. You got to trust my transfers. I know what I'm doing. I really do. And it's proving right now. Carroll keeps on scoring goals. Anichebe was very quiet in that game for Palace. Didn't really do anything of note. Obviously, another clean sheet for Joe Hart there. He's been very good since the start of the season. So things are working really well. And I'm so pleased with what we have done in the transfer market. Even though a lot of money was spent, we're already seeing good progression from these players. Improvement in the results, especially in defence. And it's been really good, but still, we take on Dynamo Moscow for the second game of today's episode here, away in a snowy Russia. No real surprise there. And I also want to point out as well, a lot of people have been telling me since the start of the series that when I play in the snow, the ball is kind of hard to see. I apologise for that. I never changed the weather, as I don't think it's cheating or anything. I just don't really like to do that. And if the ball is hard to see, then I do apologise. I try and make it as sort of bright and vibrant as possible with yellow and orange and colours like that, but if you can't see the ball, I do apologise, but I guess you'll just have to up the quality and it might look a little bit better in 720, but still. The first chances fell there. Moscow missed a good chance, and on the break, Andy Carroll really should have made it 1-0, but it was still scoreless. And in the 34th minute, Kyle Walker goes down the right-hand side here. Really good chance as he drills in across, and Berahino smacks the top of the bar, and it is still 0-0. So follow-up shot by Morrison goes just wide of the post and out for a goal kick. So Berahino really should have scored that chance, but it was still 0-0. But in the 53rd minute, how about this? A real error with Granit Xhaka here. I throw the ball into no man's land. Coquelin is onto it, and Aaron Creswell takes him down, and the referee gives a penalty, and I had absolutely no complaints. You guys have seen during this series so many outrageous penalty decisions, but that was just terrible from me with Granit Xhaka there. I wasn't concentrating. I thought I'd just throw that ball back to Creswell. Held down square way too much, and as Coquelin went forward there, he's a very decent striker. I had no choice but to bring him down with Creswell and give Moscow a penalty. So penalty to the Russian side. Would they make me pay for that stupid mistake with Granit Xhaka there? It is going to be Zuzak, is that how you pronounce that? The number 7 against Joe Hart. Can he score against my goalkeeper? Trying to put him off with some of those funny animations. Well, the number 7 steps up, but he is denied by a fantastic save by Joe Hart. What a stop by our goalkeeper, and this guy, man, seriously, what a start to the season he's had. He's already beginning to progress in ratings. He's keeping clean sheet after clean sheet, and he was desperate to keep hold of his one there as he made a fantastic stop from a penalty. And from that, Moscow give the ball away from a throw-in, and we go on the break. Andy Carroll takes on the former United left-back Butner, beats him for pace, then takes on Amora Bielsa, or Amora Bieta if you will, then beats Douglas with the fake shot and blasts the ball in off the far post and makes it 1-0 to give the travelling fans something to celebrate. And again, I'll say it again, trust my transfers. Those two players have been absolutely fantastic since coming in, and it proved it in just a matter of seconds there. As you can see the fans celebrating behind Joe Hart's goal there, Hart saving a penalty, something which I don't do very often, to be honest, and then us going on the break and Carroll scoring, obviously another new signing as well. And Carroll's strength, man, seriously, there's like 3 Moscow players that could have made a challenge there, not a single one could outmuscle him off the ball, and Andy Carroll gets his 4th goal in the Champions League, and it is now Dinamo Moscow 0, West Bromwich Albion 1. So we take the lead in this game, but in the 31st minute, Moscow came forward again here. Mathieu Valbuena on the ball for them, giving it back towards the number 11 there, trying to build a chance, not give possession away. And as Coquelin comes forward, he is denied by a good stop by Joe Hart, and we managed to get the ball away. So it's still 1-0, and in the 83rd minute, they lose possession here. And as Granit Xhaka has only one man back for Moscow, he keeps on going. He doesn't have much pace, but he's got enough ball control to beat the last man. Goes through one-on-one, but the shot is saved by the goalkeeper and cleared away. So Xhaka is a decent player. I do like having him in the squad. His technical ability is really good, but his pace is so slow. I think he was a bit quicker there. He would have been one-on-one and no one pulling his shirt. A much better chance of scoring, but it was still my fault for not finishing the chance. But it wouldn't matter in the end because we did get the win by a 1-0. Another clean sheet for Joe Hart. Penalty save from our goalkeeper as well. Carroll scoring too, and a good victory, to be honest. It was a hard fought win. We did of course have to make some changes for this team because of the fitness reasons, but it was a hard fought win against Moscow, and I'm glad we came through with the win. It was surprising as well, after dispatching them with ease at the Hawthorns by 4-0, and of course with them being bottom of the group, I was thinking, yeah, we'll probably win this game by 2 or 3 goals again, but no, it was really difficult. And again, having to rely on our goalkeeper saving a penalty in the game just shows you how really tough it was. But still, glad to get the win. And with 2 Champions League games to go, you'll see the group stage right at the end of the episode. It's exactly what we all thought it would be, and exactly what I said it would be when we first saw the group. It's us and PSG battling it out for top spot, and PSV and Dynamo Moscow just an absolute mile behind. In fact, if you look at the group table, you'll see we've already secured qualification into the knockout stages with 2 games to go. And it's just going to be about whether we can finish first or second, because there's so many points behind us right now. PSV and Dynamo Moscow, but still, here's a squad report. Squad report to end the episode off. You can check out how the players are doing. Very nice progression in so many of these players. Really, really good to see. It's just awesome how many are already going up in stats, especially the new signings. You know, already going up by 1 or even 2 for some of them ever since arriving only a couple months ago. And also a look at the league table as well. As you can see, we are top. We are unbeaten. We've won almost every single game. 9 wins out of 10. Only 1 draw. Only conceded 3 goals in 10 games. That is fantastic for us, considering how many goals we used to ship, and also a 9-point lead over Stoke in second already. But as always, guys, a big thank you for watching the video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed today's episode of Career Mode, then please do leave a like, because it is much appreciated, and of course it really does help my channel out. And I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode very soon.